Within an ancient scroll, a mystery reveals the universal key of the inner 7 seals. You are the stars that you see and the earth beneath your feet. The universal key of 7 Seals, Inc. You are the all-in-one and the one in all. You are the author of your story and the scroll of which we speak. By the grace of deep communion with nature and studying the similarities across spiritual traditions, I've discovered, or rather remembered, that the seals of mystic Christianity, referred to as chakras in Hinduism, are as a ladder of light woven within the fabric of our being, simultaneously mirrored by locations on earth and lights in the heavens. I'm making artwork about my experience with these 7 seals, traveling to their 7 locations upon earth and studying their 7 movements in heaven to holistically engage the theory and practice of heaven on earth. Each of these 7 seals are likened unto a lock awaiting a key, with symbols engraved by light's ink, waiting to be decoded. I'm fascinated by the convergence of prophecies that speak to a collective remembrance of our true inner identity and role to establish peace on earth. I see our 7-fold blueprint as a universal key connecting all traditions, offering a simple and inherent meeting ground to tether diverse wisdom into a timeless, unified story. While those who invest in my art directly support this inner and outer journey, establishing a pristine, self-reliant homestead in nature with others is the end game. Like Frodo, I long to return to the Shire, to speak stories by the fire about the victory of good over short-sighted desire. While my art is fundamentally intuitive, this is balanced by a love for the analytical precision that I crystallize within templates, to make rigorous what is often nebulous when speaking of terms such as heaven on earth, magic, or the soul. These templates are inspired by the study of syncretism, which sees the universal relationships between various modalities, cultures, religions, and schools of thought. In this spirit, I also create music, poetry, and videos for a more holistic appreciation of what my art is speaking to. While my creations will be temporarily available online, ultimately, I will be turning them into physical books and albums as a mirror of the transition from digital dependence to independence within nature. Long stays in the wilderness have proven that I'm most clear, content, and creative when physically rooted in the presence of a healthy, organic environment. Using digital tech tends to confuse how I feel and dissipates my focus. Part of my art's purpose is to address this novel problem and point to the pre-existing solutions. As a Californian waking up from the American dream, I experienced that worshiping material wealth and upward social mobility led me to spiritual poverty and insincere relationships. During my immediate post-collegiate years in the burgeoning startup scene of San Francisco, I found that daily use of digital tech dulled my compassion and consciousness to the point of seeking love and validation within symbols on a screen. I chose to sacrifice that lifestyle to inherit the authenticity my art points towards. While I appreciate technological utility to a degree, its effects on our body, mental health, and the environment have an immeasurably dark side. Yet, as in all great stories, at the moment of greatest darkness, the light of the soul will shine forth to reclaim the self-evident awareness of the true, the beautiful, and the way home. By weaving across the 7 seals of earth, I intend to emblazon this candle of awareness with the flame of other souls who hear the call of this universal story. By analyzing the 7 seals of heaven, I am sensing the strategy and timing of how and when this story will play out within the collective consciousness. By studying the 7 seals within us all, a holistic yoga is revealed to unify what appears to be separate. Expanding the fullness of this journey, analysis, and study will take form in the books that my images will also inhabit when eventually removed from the internet. What is this one universal story we are speaking of? I explain this in the description of the first seal titled Light. Stars speak of the universal progression from protection to selflessness. This progression is perfectly exemplified in the cycle of a tree, starting as a seed that needs protection, sequentially developing into a tree that selflessly bears fruit. So too, we begin needing protection as children, and eventually may be sought for our selfless service as elders within the community. This 7-step story is a precise sequence with the 7 chakras progressing from root to crown, requiring each previous step on the ladder to progress to the next. The crown's capacity for selflessness requires the third eye's development of awareness, which necessitates the throat's embodiment of honesty, which must feel the heart's unconditional love to be fully honest, which needs the stomach's incorporation of empowerment, which generates from the genital's manifestation of creativity, ultimately resting upon the root's establishment of protection. Without protection, there is no creativity. Without creativity, no empowerment. Without empowerment, there is no love. There is no honesty without love, and no awareness without honesty. To be selfless, we must be fully aware that we are truly connected to all things. These are the 7 sequential and universal archetypes of creation, all coded within the ancient scroll that is your body, waiting to be known and read. Alex Sai Ember means protector of the sun's immortality, while my initials of ACE mean unity. My musical name Remembrancer means one who helps others remember. My life is guided by these themes of protection, our soul's immortality, unification, and remembering. My photographs are evidence and artifacts of my soul's journey, traveling within and without, spanning decades of devotion to fathom the truth within beauty and the beauty within truth. I offer my art as symbols of inner essence, invitations into co-creation, and mirrors of remembrance. Om Shalom.